Hi, it's Janice. I want to share a story with you, something that happened to me a few years ago and that I'm finally taking action on now. Some of you may know, if you know me well, that I like to fall asleep listening to something. I usually have something from YouTube. I usually have a playlist from YouTube, and I fall asleep with something playing in my ear. And one night I was listening to a new tarot reader I've never encountered before, and I lost track of who she is. I haven't found her again, and I hope I will. But she kept saying that she had a message specifically for an individual. And of course, my ego always, oh, it must be for me. And then, like, my self-doubt always goes, oh, it couldn't be for you. What are you thinking? I always go through that when I hear somebody say, I have a message. And then I listen, and if it seems to resonate, then I tune in and think, well, I wonder if it is or if it isn't. So what this reader kept saying was that the message she was getting was, the call of the owl is more powerful than the warble of the finch. That's just what stuck in my mind. There may have been a different species mentioned, or, it might have been different in some way or another. But what I heard and what stuck in my mind was, the call of the owl is more powerful than the warble of the finch. Now, that warble of the finch thing, that set off a memory. My husband likes to subscribe to Natural History magazine, and they always have beautiful science-based, nature-based covers. And this one particular cover we had in our house at the time had a house finch on the cover, a male house finch with their beautiful orange breast. And I read the article because I was interested in it. I was in my priestess studies at this time. I was deep into them. Really, my life revolved around building my relationship with the mother of all living. And I was, my actual title in my coven was also High Priestess. So that's where my life was at that time. And the article about the house finch told about how the mother bird chooses the gender of the gender balance of the eggs in her nest. In other words, if there are too many male eggs, she'll push out one or two, or if there are too many female eggs, the same thing. She'll even out the distribution, and her choice in gender balance actually creates the perfect population for the area that the house finch is migrating to, which explains how the house finch has been able to migrate around the world much more successfully than some other bird species. So I thought that was really cool. And then shortly after I read that, I started hearing a sound. It was a bird. It was the warble of a bird. And I kept hearing it, and it sounded very close. And at that time, the house that we lived in had a back door that opened onto a little porch behind the house. So I opened the back door because that's where I seemed to hear the sound the closest. And there, sitting on the entryway, like there was a little half wall, a little pony wall there, and sitting on that or sitting somewhere in that area was a house finch, a male house finch, singing his beautiful warbly song. So I had that memory, and then I had the reader saying that the call of the owl is more powerful than the warble of the finch. Now, I'm not sure what that means to me, but I think it means I'm supposed to be sharing with you some of these nighttime messages I feel like I get from Spirit that have always felt to me too far out to share with people in general. Yeah, I think I'm moving in that direction now. So keep watching for my videos. I'm going to start telling my stories. All right, sending this with lots of love. Bye-bye.